Hi, I'm Andy. This is another Tolls TSS shorty, and today we're looking at rules for making the past continuous tense. Okay, when do we use the past continuous tense? Well, we use it when we're talking about actions that have been in progress in the past. I've already done them, okay? So, for example, I was walking the dog this morning. We were chatting with Mary. They were watching the new Batman film. It was sleeping on the chair. All of these sentences are in the past continuous tense. Now, when do we form, or how do we form the past continuous tense? Well, we form it with the verb to be. And you can see it again in the examples here with the highlighted words in purple. I was walking the dog this morning. We were chatting with Mary. They were watching the new Batman film, and it was sleeping. So the verb to be is going to follow your pronouns. I, we, they, it, he, she. Whatever your pronoun is, the verb to be follows it in the past continuous tense. So the next part we're going to look at is the verbs, because the other key feature of the past continuous tense, or any continuous tense, is that we have an ing ending on our verbs. And again, I was walking the dog this morning. We were chatting with Mary. We were watching the new Batman film. It was sleeping on the chair. So always with continuous tenses, always an ing form of the verb, okay? Remember, ed in regular past tense verbs would indicate the simple past tense. We want the continuous tense, so it's going to end in ing. Now, the negative forms in the past continuous tense, very simply, where do we place the word not? And we've got some examples again with our sentences. I was not. Not comes between the verb to be and the action verb. I was not walking the dog this morning. We were not chatting with Mary. After the verb to be, before the action verb, we place not. They were not watching the new Batman film. After the verb to be, before the action verb. It was not sleeping on the chair. Again, after the verb to be, before our action verb, we place not. Okay, obviously when we use were not, was not, we want to shorten them so we get a contracted form and we sound more fluent and natural when we speak. So let's look at those in the contracted forms. I wasn't walking the dog this morning. We weren't chatting with Mary. They weren't watching the new Batman film, and I wasn't sleeping on the chair. Now, hopefully you feel a little bit more positive now about using and creating the past continuous tense. I'll see you next time on another TSS Tolls shorty. Bye for now.